Good morning. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for coming in and taking the time to come and chat to us a little bit more about your experience with Bizweni Center. As I understand it, you have a gorgeous little girl who goes to Bizweni. Tell us a little bit more about her and how you found Bizweni Center.
Good morning to the listeners and good morning to everyone. The name of the gorgeous girl is Shalumi Bongani. Shalumi Natinko was a Xhosa name meaning always be with us, God. Yeah.
Okay.
She joined Bizweni Center this year in May. She was born on the 15th of April 2018 and she was born prematurely. Yeah, I had a high blood pressure, so we had preeclampsia, so they had to do an emergency C-section. Wow. And she was kept in an incubator for almost a month. Wow. And then we went home, and there was nothing that was said to me that there's going to be some challenges with her. I discovered them as she was growing, and when she was 6 months tops, and that's when I went to the doctor, a normal GP. He then referred me to the pediatrician. The pediatrician did all the necessary tests. Yeah. And said, no, there's nothing wrong, there's no damage, there's nothing. But I was concerned because she couldn't sit on her own. Okay. So yes, and then we went to the clinic for our normal injections, and then the nurse also referred me to another pediatrician, and I was happy because I also wanted to know. So the second opinion was I thought it was a good idea. So we went there, and still there was nothing, and then we were referred for physio and occupational therapy, and then she was able to sit on her own, and then that's when we started. And I was working in the Eastern Cape on contractual basis. When the contract ended, I knew that there was Red Cross Hospital. It's quite famous. So I had to move, and I stayed with my brother. I started attending sessions with the Red Cross. It's not an easy journey, but we are trying.
Yeah, my gosh, it sounds like you've just been looking for answers and being pointed in different directions the whole time. Can I ask how long it took for you to finally get someone to listen to you and give you a diagnosis and some clarity on what was happening with your daughter?
It took a lot of time because she was born in 2018, right, and we came to Red Cross in 2021. Wow. And then that's when the diagnosis was made that she had cerebral palsy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's three almost 4 years of looking for answers and then finally getting them. I have to ask, I hear that she's got the most adorable nickname. Everyone calls her Cake. What is Cake about? Where did that come from?
When she was younger, she liked to be carried around. You know how you carry a cake. Right. Yes, that's what I say. So I was working, and now I had to look for someone who was going to look after her. So I was like, Sissy, this one is a cake. She likes to be carried around. I hope you can bear with her. Yeah. And then that's when the nickname came about.
Precious and sweet and carried like a cake.
Yeah.
It's a very apt nickname. Linda, tell me, for someone who doesn't understand your journey, they haven't been through it, they don't necessarily have a lot to do with kids that have CP. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you and your family have had to face and how you kind of power through them?
I can tell you it's not easy at all. First, you just you're a person, and you're young, and you get your child, you're excited. Right. You don't think anything about a disability or nothing that's not normal. And then when you give birth, you're excited, and then you find out, oh, there's something wrong with my baby. So you get worried. How is she? You're not coping at all. Mm-hmm. How is she gonna grow up? And they're saying it's a brain damage. It's part of the brain is damaged. So you think, hey, how am I gonna cope with this child? How is she gonna grow up? And Cake cannot walk on her own, so I have to help her. So you think, for how long will I be able to look after her? Can she cope if I'm not around? So you think a whole lot of things, to a point where you ask yourself if there's anything that you did wrong to get to have a child like this, and then you ask even God, what did I do?
Right,
What did I? Yeah, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy, to a point where you're not comfortable discussing even with your friends or your colleagues the condition, when they are asking how your child is, you're not comfortable to discuss that. Oh, my child is a special one, because indeed they are special.
They are very special. I think that brings up a very interesting point. We have so little frame of reference in normal conversation as to what those lives look like, and not only as a parent of a child like that, but their experience of life and what life can look like for them, which is why I think it's so important to not only have these conversations, but also to find community in something like Bizweni Centre, where not only do you have professionals who work with kids every single day, but a community of people who have a similar experience. They know what you're talking about when you're talking about it. Does that take a bit of weight off of your shoulders?
Trust me, it does. It does take a lot of weight from you, because you know that they understand your child, because they have similar children. They understand and they are willing to help, and they are so patient. And what I like about Bizweni is the fact that my child is always happy to go there. To a point, when she started, she was crying when she was coming from school, wanting to go back to school. So that relieved me a lot. I knew that my child is happy there.
Yes, in the right place. I think that's beautiful. Linda, last question from me I have to ask. You've walked a very interesting path, I'm sure, with a cute little cake for the last 7 years. Is there a milestone or something in your journey with her that's kind of stands out that you'd love to share with us?
What stood out the most for me is the fact that Cake was able to talk. So I knew that at least there's something good about it, because now it made a lot of... it was easy for me to do potty trainings. She's not on nappy, because she can say when she wants to go to the loo.
Yeah.
So that was the highlight for me, the fact that she could talk and say what she wanted to do.
That communication.
The communication, yes. It made in my life a little easy.
Oh, that's amazing. Linda, thank you so much for coming in, for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. And oh gosh, I send all my love to Cake. She sounds adorable.
Thank you so much.
And I just appreciate